Hello guys, I'm Sushi. Most of the people around me and most people who knows me calls me by that nickname. It is the one that I associated myself with. Anyways, um, I'm here to. Um, this is my very first video that I will be uploading on YouTube, and it's the very first episode or video for this YouTube series, 100 Day Comic Book Making Challenge. Well, it's technically a web comic, but that's how the challenge is named. And yeah, and the reason why I'm doing this is to see how much I improve myself um, throughout this whole challenge as an artist, and also to make me work on it without stopping, because art block can be such a big word and it can really downplay my work ethic, especially with working on this webcomic. I constantly stop because of my other things that I have to do. Anyways, yeah, for this first episode, this first video, I would like to talk about what makes you a webcomic artist, or like what do you have to do to become a webcomic artist or a comic artist or whatever? Like, what do you have to do to become what you want to be? Well, the simple answer to that is, you have to love it. You have to earn your way through it, love it, and, you know, be persevere with it. Because if not, if you're working your way if you're working your way half-assed through it, it's just gonna be a half-ass product. And nevertheless, you're just gonna be miserable your whole life if ever you, you end or you finish this product per se. With me, I am I'm working on this because I want to leave a legacy to the world about what I can do as a storyteller and also an artist. And I'm no expert. I'm no expert. I'm an amateur or a beginner of some sort. Actually, I don't know if I can call myself a storyteller yet. I have made stories, a lot of stories. I have written online stories in different platforms, but I can never call myself as a writer or as a storyteller because I don't deem myself successfully being in that position. But the simple answer to that question, though, what do you have to do to become what you want? Well, in my case, I wanted to be a lot of things. I don't want to be conformed into one title. I don't want to be just this. I want to be a lot of things. And well, every one of us has a hero in our hearts, and I have a lot of heroes, to be honest. I have a lot of role models, but this time I would like to share someone that I have a fascination with, and this is our Philippine hero, Sereza. I learned his history since I was young. I don't know. Ever since I was taught in school, I have already heard about him. I already know what he is to us Filipinos. I'm actually a Filipino myself. And I also knew his journeys and everything whatsoever when I was in college, in first year college. I'm actually second year college student now, but when I was in first year, when I was starting, I learned about him through our subject or through our yeah to a subject through a subject that discussed about his life, and I was so fond of his works and his journey that he is the primary role model in this webcomic I'm making. It's not actually based off of him or in any of his works, but there's this piece that he made that I loved so much that I took inspiration from that and worked my way through with my webcomic. And the and answering the question, what do you have to do to become something you wanted to be? Well, reading or like learning about his life, he he doesn't really, he didn't do anything of any sort of like a quick job to become something like he is. He is a doctor, he's a writer, he's an artist, he's a very experienced athlete as well. And he's a lot of things, but he was always known as Dr. Sereza. That's always his title. But if any of you would ask a Filipino, they would say, "Oh, he's a writer. He saved the Philippines and all that." Yeah, he wrote the Norte Metangarin, the El Filibusterismo, his two most famous works. And yeah, I guess that's it. I mean, saying that he didn't constrain himself into one profession, or he didn't mean to, because he was a very talented person and is very smart too. And I wouldn't say I'm like him, but I wanted to be like him. I want to be like him. Not wanted. I want to be like him. To be not fixed into one profession, because that's so constraining. It's so, it's so defining of oneself. You cannot get out of that definition of yourself. And people would ask, okay, what do you want to be when you grow up? I don't know how to answer them. I would always say doctor, even though I don't think I will. That's why I'm in a medical course. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to be one thing. I want to tell people, I want to be this, I want to be that, I want to be everyone. I want to be everything, every titles in the world. But of course, that's really not feasible for someone like me who lives in a very poor country. You cannot really do much with what you have. So I have to work my way through it, and that's what I want to tell you. You have to love what you do. You have to persevere with what you love. I won't say I don't love the course that I'm taking right now. I do have a fascination over it because it's such a beautiful course. Such a beautiful course for me because it talks about life. It talks about how to save people, and it's beautiful, but it's so hard. And with art, it gives me a sort of escape, but it's also my love. It's my first love. When I was young, I learned drawing when I was in grade 2. It was it's for another story. It's for another YouTube video, but yeah. You have to find yourself loving this thing that you want to go into, this thing that you would spend so many years trying to learn, to practice. You have to love it and to have to persevere with it, and everything technical will come with it. I guess that's all.